What is a fact about the human body that not many people know about? Give this video a big thumbs up to support the channel. Also, consider clicking the red subscribe button down below. The hyoid bone is a bone not attached to any other bones in the human body, and is only considered the anchor of the tongue. It's also an indicator of the type of strangulation occurs if it's manual or physical, as it's the bone that kills you and breaks when people hang. One such, suicide by hanging, did not have his hyoid bone broken. Edit. Thank you for the silvers, guys. Further edit. I realized I confused myself, and it is actually the other way round in all of the areas in my comment. The certain person did in fact show breakage in his hyoid bone, and that it can only be caused by throttling. It is the C2 bone. I confused myself on which indicates hanging. If that breaks, you either snap your spinal cord, or it can, depending on how you hang, spike into the delicate area on the underside of the skull. Apologies for the confusion. I hope I have not caused offense or outrage to anyone. My information came from a relative who worked as a doctor and as an anatomist, but it was some time ago. So, what you're saying is that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Our brains make up, on average, around 2% of our body weight, but consume 20% of our caloric intake. Riddle me this, Batman. What's 2% of the body weight, yet commits 20% of our caloric intake? D's nuts. Humans have, on average, just as many hairs on their body as chimpanzees. Human hair is just a lot shorter and finer, and mostly on my ass. Same. There are tiny cilia that spin in a certain direction. If they spin in the opposite direction while you're developing in the womb early on, that is how you get organs transposed onto the opposite side of your body. I remember we had a doctor visit our school during Careers Week, who said he'd met 3 patients with flipped organs, and each time he called in a medical student and asked them to take the patient's heartbeat. Apparently, it was really funny watching the student put the stethoscope on the left side and seeing the color drain from their face. Synovial joint fluid is the most frictionless stuff on the planet, unless they've synthetic something up that recently. It's super lube. I know what I must do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. When doing surgery where the doctors have to take out some organs, when placing them back, they don't have to be put back in the exact position they're meant to be. Your body kind of just moves the organs into the correct position after the surgery. Yeah, I had a pelvic surgery recently, and the surgeon casually mentioned, "Oh yeah, we moved your bowels around a bit, so that's what's causing the gas pains." Medical procedures are always unsettling, because the professionals are so used to it, so you get things like this, where they are not worried but you're like, "What did you say?" If you faint at the sight of your own blood, you may have an oversensitive esophageal response. The theory is that this developed as a survival mechanism, kind of like an opossum playing dead. Oh, I've just always diagnosed myself as a pussy. You can grow a new human being faster than most missing toenails can grow back. I lived this last year. I was about a month into my pregnancy when I caught my toe on something in the garage. It peeled back the top half of the nail, but I quickly pushed it back down, and to my surprise, the nail stayed on, even though it bled then turned black after. I remember being about 8 months pregnant, and wondering if the toenail would be finished growing out so no more black showed by the time the baby arrived. I think I still had a sliver of black when I gave birth, so that took about 8 months for just the top half of the toenail to grow out. Thank you. This was horrifying to read. Pregnant women have 50% extra blood. OMG. Is that why they are often said to look radiant and stuff? Yep. The pregnant glow is more blood and oilier skin. You're glowing. Sounds much better than, "You're so oily and full of blood." You hate the sound of your recorded voice, because it's missing the low frequency you're used to hearing. When you talk, you hear your voice as it goes to the air and back to your ear. It also goes through your skull to your ear, and this bone conduction mechanism transmits the low frequencies better than air does. Your recorded voice only has the air transmitted sound. That causes the dissonance between what you think your voice sounds like and what it really does. It's also why your voice will, almost, always be higher pitched than you think. Your eyes have a separate immune system from the rest of your body. And in a lot of occasions, if your body's immune system finds your eyes, they will assume they are a foreign body and blind you. WTF, the human body's immune system is a twitchy redneck with a bad eye and a really big shotgun. The reason it's so easy to break your collarbone is because it's designed to break. The way it was explained to me is that it's like a circuit breaker. It breaks there to stop the shock of impact getting to your spine. Edit. For all those taking issue with it, designed is just the word I used. I am not trying to argue or implicate the hand of a higher power. I am not going to change it. If I believe in a god or not, really has nothing to do with it. It's a discussion about the human body, not religion. You all just need to chill your beans. Who really cares? I don't. Your brain regulates how strong your muscles are. If your leg muscles were to contract at full strength, they would snap your femur. It's why people in emergencies on adrenaline can lift cars off children. Your body is capable of great strength, but it could also severely damage you. So your brain keeps you a weak, soft bag of jelly. Why is my brain giving me a big gut instead of a six-pack though? Six-packs are there, just under some fat. Every minute you shed over 30,000 dead skin cells off your body. I'm eating lunch while I'm reading this and wondering how many have fallen into my mac and cheese. Bon appetit. Sounds like free panko breadcrumbs. The eyeball is the fastest healing part on your body. Edit. Let me put it in a simpler version if you don't believe me. The eyeball has a cornea. Now, cutting the cornea will result in much pain, but since this part doesn't contain blood, but only gets a supply of oxygen, it is the only fastest healing part of your body that can heal in only 24 to 36 hours. Believe me now? Prove it. Good to know. I'm getting LASIK tomorrow. You will sooner die from lack of sleep than lack of food. You can live, depending on your current body fat and health level, for months without food. Estimates are that you will die for lack of sleep within 2 weeks. The average adult has 22 square feet of skin. Perfect size for a nice rug. You actually need a few bodies for a nice rug, because not every part of skin will come out nicely. The surface area of the lungs is about the same size as a tennis court. That's crazy, although it does explain how it can transfer O2 and CO2 so fast, because many people imagine lungs as balloons, while it's more like sponge. That's how you get a lot of area, a lot of very long tunnels, and then your lung surface area is the sum of all those tunnels' inner surface.